Hey, what's going on, guys? I know it's been a little bit since I did a video, but today I'm doing another one just because I have the time to do it. Basically, F150 2008, I believe. The intake manifold is cracked, and it happens to all of them. They're all cracked. I don't know if you can see inside that seal there, but it's no longer sealing. So they start leaking to the aluminum piece, to the bridge, and then you start getting water in the spark plugs, and then you start having little misfires here and there, blah blah blah, and so on. So usually when you see somewhere around here like residue of water, then it's time to change it. So I already have this one loosened up, just because. I'm gonna tell you guys a little steps how to do it. First of all, unplug your positive from the battery. Remove your intake manifold. Not manifold, I'm sorry, your intake piping with a filter. The throttle body goes over here, so you have a better idea. Throttle body goes there. Intake, you unbolt that, you take it out. The sensor is from the bottom of the canister there, and then from there you have a bracket from here, which is, I don't know where I put it. I don't know, I have it somewhere around here. I'll find it in a minute. But anyways, you take that bracket. It has 3 bolts that holds power steering over here, so you take that off. Then you're gonna take your alternator. It has 2 bolts on there. All you have to do is just loosen them up a little bit. The alternator does come with a bracket on top here, 4 bolts. You take that bracket off, you loosen up the ones at the bottom. Alternator comes out of the way. And the reason why you have to do that is because the intake has a belly. The intake manifold has a big belly, so you can, I'm pretty sure you can get it out, but you know, you have to take more stuff apart, I'm assuming. So it's easy. Obviously you gotta loosen up your serpentine belt, which is the tension is right there, before you do the alternator and so on. But you take your throttle body, because either way you're gonna have to take it out to put it on the new manifold. You disconnect all your injectors, plugs, and your coils. You got to take them all out, just to make it a little bit simpler and easier. Your thermostat housing, so this is where that goes like that, and then that bracket that goes from here to here bolts onto that. You take that out, you take your hose. You're gonna make a mess of water, no big deal. And on that you got this one over here, which is a 27, the AGR crappy stuff. I've sprayed it with the PB blaster, so it will be a little bit loose, or at least try to be. 27, take that off. Again, all your plugs, you have to unplug them from this side, all of them. Your fuel line is right over here. That little blue thing there, that's the fuel line. You take that off. You got some other hoses. You got this hose here, which comes from the firewall that connects here. You take that off. You got vacuum hose from the PVC over. You take that off. You got another one on the other side. You take that off as well. You still got brake booster line, and the other valve line. You're gonna take that off, but you can take that off once it's actually kind of towards you. That way you're not inclining too much. Other than that, you still have this little vacuum, the plug for here, the plug for here, the little vacuum behind it. Let's see, what else am I missing? Oh, obviously all your bolts hold the intake manifold down. It's gonna be like 5 on each side, I believe. There's 2 on the very back that you can't really see much, but they are there. If you can see it, you see that hole right there. Oh, wait, it flipped the screen on me. Hey, 1 second. Alright, so that hole right there. There's one on the other side as well, close to the wire harness on that side somewhere. Can't see with the camera right now, but either way, there's two back there. Don't forget those, because if not, it's not going to lift up and you might end up breaking things. So other than that, obviously you got to put fresh water. You got to take the air out of the system once you put it back on. You got to swap some parts from here to the new intake manifold, like the EGR valve stuff, throttle body, the fuel rail. You have to swap it over. It's just not too bad. I recommend you to get new seals for the injectors, just because they might not go back in smoothly. You can always reuse them just by putting a little oil on them, so they will slide in easily and they're not biting each other out and not wanting to go in. That's the last thing you want, a liquid injector. Other than that, you get that done. Let me see, what else am I missing here? That's pretty much it. Other than that, you take it off. Let me see one-handed. Still haven't gotten a tripod or anything to hold my camera while I'm doing the job. That's why I don't record as much. So I'm just doing it right now off the phone. But I'm getting there. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers. So I'm getting closer to 1,000 subscribers. That'll be an accomplishment once I get there. But I want to appreciate you guys for subscribing and sharing and all that. And yeah, again, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. Try to answer everybody if I can. And but yeah, that's the intake manifold for an F150. This one is the 5.4, which the 5.4 and the 4.6 are basically the same thing. It should be roughly the same thing. The manifold might look a little bit different, but still it's about the same idea, same concept. But yeah, so that's that. And then when you're gonna go and put it back together, the same process of, you know, taking it out. You put your intake manifold, your bolts, your gasket, your bolts, you tie it down. You already have your fuel rails installed. You don't want to do that inside the car, you want to do that on the outside. It's just easier. You gotta swap your EGR, and then you start plugging everything back together. Put your alternator, put the bell, hosing, bracket, and so on, and should be back to running conditions. But yeah, intake manifold on an F150 5.4. How to get it done? Straightforward. I wish I could. Oh, that's a gasket. See, because the tricky part here is this pipe here, that if you want, you can loosen it up there at the exhaust manifold, but I don't want to. So, and it does come out. I had it off. Where did it go? There we go. There we go. So, just to show you guys, it does come out. You just gotta play with it. Here we go. You just gotta play with it for a second. And then all you have to do, one-hander, here we go. Alright, so that's what it looks like. You're gonna have some water in there, you're gonna have a little mess to clean up, but essentially it will work. That's the belly. And then, like I said, the only thing that I have to unplug now is just the two vacuum hoses back there. And then clean up all this mess, all the corrosion, gasket area and all that, so it will be a flat install. And yeah, should be ready to go. And yeah, obviously kind of blow through that water or get that water out. There's a breathing hole in the back of the block there, of that tunnel. You can take it out and then it's going to drain through the torque converter area. Transmission, it has another hole in the bottom that it will leak that water out, in case you don't want to do it that way. If you don't, that's fine. You just got to get some rags and whatnot, or a blower, air compressor, and just blow it away. Either or, just clean it before you put the new one back on. That will be easier once you put everything back together. So, but yeah, that's all you gotta do. Make sure that you put an antifreeze on it, let it run, turn the heater on so that the water circulates through the heater, and then you get all the air bubbles out of the system. That way you're not overheating the engine later on. So, but yeah, so far that's the way to do it. And like always, guys, share, subscribe, stay safe out there with the virus. And if you guys have any questions, just let me know, and I'll answer if I can. Alright guys, till the next one.